A reading from the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 21, verses 27 to 40. Paul's arrest. When the 7 days were nearly completed, the Jews from the province of Asia noticed him in the temple, stood up the whole crowd, and laid hands on him, shouting, "Fellow Israelites, help us! This is the man who is teaching everyone everywhere against the people and the law and this place. And what is more, he has even brought Greeks into the temple and defiled this sacred place." For they had previously seen Trophimus the Ephesian in the city with him, and supposed that Paul had brought him into the temple. The whole city was in turmoil with people rushing together. They seized Paul and dragged him out of the temple, and immediately the gates were closed. While they were trying to kill him, a report reached the cohort commander that all Jerusalem was rioting. He immediately took soldiers and centurions and charged down on them. When they saw the commander and the soldiers, they stopped beating Paul. The cohort commander came forward, arrested him, and ordered him to be secured with 2 chains. He tried to find out who he might be and what he had done. Some in the mob shouted one thing, others something else. So since he was unable to ascertain the truth because of the uproar, he ordered Paul to be brought into the compound. When he reached the steps, he was carried by the soldiers because of the violence of the mob. For a crowd of people followed and shouted, "Away with him!" Just as Paul was about to be taken into the compound, he said to the cohort commander, "May I say something to you?" He replied, "Do you speak Greek? So then you are not the Egyptian who started a revolt some time ago and led the 4,000 assassins into the desert?" Paul answered, "I am a Jew of Tarsus in Cilicia, a citizen of no mean city. I request you to permit me to speak to the people." When he had given his permission, Paul stood on the steps and motioned with his hand to the people, and when all was quiet, he addressed them in Hebrew.